Alright, firstly I want to do an introduction to my video logs, or vlogs. What I'm going to do is, as it says in the description, well, on YouTube, I am going to do I'm going to give my opinion on certain films that I just feel like doing. This is something I'm going to do for fun, just because I can. And as it says, two films, one film that I love or really like and feel the need to just express my opinion on it and give my reason why I think others should view it. Well, they need to see some of these films that are just brilliant. The second film's going to be a terrible film, or a film I don't particularly like, and I'll give my reasons. I won't go through every film plot by plot by plot by plot, blah blah blah. I'll just give certain points. I'll give a little bit of information on it, but generally it's just to express my opinion on it and explain why they need to be seen either for their awesomeness or their terribleness. So if I do dislike a film, I suggest seeing it and getting your own opinion. But some of these films you should avoid or you cannot get because they're that terrible. And I don't even know why I have them. I guess my dad bought them and I watched them. But yeah, we'll get to that. So yeah, first films I'm going to do are the Matrix Trilogy and Avatar, which a lot of people do like, but I will give my reasons for it, of why I dislike it. I'll give my reasons why I love The Matrix, even though it's you either love it or hate it. So yeah, enjoy. Alright, first up we have The Matrix films. As I can show you, DVDs, Blu-ray, and I do have the Animatrix, but I can't find it. But first of all, these films are definitely up there along with my favourites. I'll do other favourites as well. Again, this is just because I want to express my opinion on it. First of all, the Matrix trilogy. One of the first times I actually experienced a mindfuck. Well, first of all, when I watched the first one, I was like 9. But it was more for the action than anything. Like, The Matrix was a perfect film for back then. It was just completely new. But then you get into Matrix Reloaded, the second one, and they try and explain it, but they do it with so much pretentiousness. And then the third one it was supposed to be a combined film, and they split it into two, and I think, as everyone would say, it was just a lot of filler for the fight at the end between such and such and such and such shit. And don't want to ruin it if you haven't seen it. But first of all, films altogether are awesome, but you're going to have to watch them at least 3 or 4 times. Well, it was 3 or 4 times for me, seeing I was only 14 and hadn't experienced anything with a description, or, well, just deep meaning and all shit that I didn't understand. But once I did understand it, I was like, it's actually pretty brilliant. I don't like the word pretentious, but they do it well in a lot of parts, depending on how you see it again. But I loved it from like, it's been what, 10 years more, 13, well, it's even 12, 13, and every time I watch it, I love it. and I can't. I know it's pretentious, and I know that once they got the money, they went mental with special effects and super slow motion, which was what it was known for. But they ripped the dick out of it. But it is definitely a trilogy that everyone needs to see, just because of, first of all, the story is mind blowing at first. Then you learn the word pretentious, like I did. Um, but it's also the action, and the the way everyone acts around each other, especially whilst they're in the Matrix. It's so they know they're trying to be cool and they pull it off well, but it also makes great acting very fucking wooden. But that doesn't matter. You're not watching it for the acting per se. You're just watching it, first of all, for some kick-ass special effects in the first one, and then pretty fucking drawn-out ones in the second and third. But I don't really watch it for action anymore. I watch it for the story. And once you get over all the action in between, the story is quite brilliant, which is why I love the Animatrix as well. It's animated Matrix. Fucking smart, innit? Um, but again, once you see a trilogy, watch the Animatrix. You can watch it in between. Just don't watch the Animatrix first, just because it's anime, and then move on to it. Watch the Animatrix afterwards, and it does explain a bit, but it's all different perspectives. You know, you got different stories with different animators, and it's just fantastic. And it's like how the animators just come up with that through what the Matrix storyline arc is. But again, fuck, if I was to give this a rating, it's definitely a 10 out of 10. It has to be seen and judged by everyone. It is just the perfect trilogy to me. Don't get me wrong, I love Star Wars as well. I'm not going to do a vlog on them because, well, it's either you love it or hate it. Same way with Lord of the Rings, you either love it or hate it, and I don't love it. But with the Matrix, as I said, you need to watch them. I'm not gonna go through the plot, as I said in the introduction. I'm just going to say watch them, because for the general story alone, it's fantastic. For the action as well, it's fantastic. The way, as it says, second and third one, it does get drawn out quite a bit, but in between it all, there is past all the pretentiousness. It is a brilliant story that I think they should have just done one massive film, though I don't care. I love the trilogy. So yeah, there's my first review of my first good film, Matrix Trilogy films. That's one to be. So yeah, cheers.